Hello everyone and welcome to your professional diploma in digital marketing. Welcome to module number 2. Congratulations on completing module 1. My name is William Eames. I am the Director of Education here in Shaw Academy. You would have heard my voice on module 1 at various times throughout the course. And I just want to welcome you to module number 2 and to remind you that we are here to ensure that you get the best quality experience throughout this course. So you can reach out to us at any stage at support@shawacademy.com. I also just want to remind you that just like on module 1, you can rate Morpheus responses so that we can continue to improve the quality of these responses for you. And of course, you can ask your peers as well should you need a much more in-depth answer. And this also helps to promote a community amongst our students. And at the very end of every lesson, we will ask you to please rate the lesson. So again, that we can help to improve the quality of your experience going forward in the rest of this course. Now, throughout this course, you're going to have the same educator. So I'll hand you over to Kathleen, and I hope that you all enjoy module number 2. You'll hear from me a little bit more later throughout the course, but until then, enjoy lesson 1.
Hi there everybody and welcome to today's lesson in your professional diploma in digital marketing module 2. Very welcome to module 2. Today we're going to be starting to talk about advertising in the digital space. My name is Caitlin. I am the head of the marketing faculty here at Shaw Academy as well as the digital marketing educator, in case you hadn't guessed. So before we get started, I'm just going to run through a little bit of housekeeping. I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me nice and loud and clearly. So please type into your chat box and let us know, let the team know that you can hear us nice and loud and clearly. And type yes or no into your chat box. Please do it now. And if you are having issues, our team will be able to help you. So first and foremost, I do just want to thank you again for carrying on and choosing to finish your diploma with us here at Shaw Academy. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to teach you, and I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you all to Module 2 of your diploma in digital marketing. Right, so just a refresher for those of you who did not do Module 1 or have not yet done it. My name is Caitlin. I am the head of the marketing faculty here at Shaw Academy. I have 8 years experience or so, a little bit more than that now, in the industry. I use cake as an example fairly frequently. And I like to flatter myself by saying that I've only got 3 bars of life experience and make myself feel a little bit younger. We are now on Module 2 of this diploma in digital marketing, your professional diploma in digital marketing. You are over 25% of the way there. Once we finish this module, we will be at 50% of the way there, and then we'll follow on with 3 and 4. And then you will have your EQF Level 5 professional diploma. How cool is that? So, to remind you, we do have that webinar chat box right at the bottom of your screen. You should be able to see it. You will also have peer chat. This is only on the broadcasted lessons. Okay, if you're watching recordings, this feature is not active. Right, so for Module 2, we covered all of that good stuff. It's kind of nice to see it all written in green, isn't it? And then in this module, we're going to be talking about creating digital advertising, okay, starting with Google AdWords. Then we'll look at applied SEO strategy in the next week's lessons. Then the week following that, we'll talk about growth hacking and how to get stuck into that and how to apply it to your business. And then week 8 is going to be about remarketing, which I think is an incredibly helpful tool, and it will get you a lot of success. And then, of course, when we get onto Module 3, we'll work through those and through Module 4 as well. And at the end of the day, you will have that EQF Level 5 professional diploma in digital marketing. So you're doing very well so far. To bring you up to speed with what we're going to be talking about today, first things first, I just gave you that course outline. Then we're going to have a discussion about Google Ads, and I'm going to explain to you exactly how they work and perhaps how to set one up. We're going to talk about the importance of writing very good copy and different elements of that copy, including your headlines and your bylines. Then we're going to go on to keyword strategy Okay, we're going to talk a bit about how to plot those keywords and what tools you can use to do so. Then the importance of the landing page. So when you set up an advert, you do have a landing page that you direct people to. It is very important that you get that page perfect because it does affect your ranking. And then we go on to our competitor analysis and then our summary at the end. All right, guys, so let's get started. Digital advertising. Right, we're going to basically, when we're considering all aspects of our digital marketing activities, okay, we need to have a simple process that we follow. It should be consistent, guys, throughout our marketing efforts and needs to be our guiding force to ensure that we're on the right track, right? So basically, it doesn't matter if it's SEO, if it's PPC, if it's email marketing, if it's any of that stuff. We need to follow 3 simple steps and build our marketing efforts around these steps. I follow a similar line in the social media semester, okay, but this is just to keep it broken down for us so that we can kind of go along the same lines and keep it really simple. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to research. Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to be explaining digital advertising. Okay, in this instance, we need to research other competitors' ads. We need to research our keywords and our headlines. We need to build up that information and resources and everything that's required to build great ads. Okay, the next step is strategy. Okay, what's our strategy with the ad that we're building? You know, what's the call to action? Are we looking for lead generation, or do we want traffic to our sites, or do we want sales increases? I mean, everybody wants sales increases, but you know, or do we want to build brand awareness? Any which one of those? Maybe it's 2. You need to make sure at all times that you're clear in what your strategy is. We all do, okay? We need to know what our goals are and how we're going to achieve those goals. And it should be really in the forefront of our minds, guys, with pretty much with every single action that we take and everything that we consider as digital marketers. Okay, so remember what our goals are, what the strategy is, okay? Then we need to use that strategy and use our reach in order to attain those goals, and then that basically brings us to the next step, right, which is implementation. All right, so once we've completed our research and we understand our goals and we have a strategy to reach those goals, then it is time to implement our strategy. So we need to then put into practice all of the hard work that we've completed and basically just watch the results flow in, okay, so that we can then enjoy that success that digital marketing's got to offer for us, right? So, and we can see a profitable marketing campaign materialize. Guys, for those of you having a couple of technical issues, just refresh your page. Let me know if you can hear me and see me just right. I just want to make sure that everybody is on the same page so you can all see what I'm seeing and what I'm showing. If you are having an issue, do refresh your page. All right, so from there, now we know what the structure is, okay? We're going to get stuck in with a definition for ad copy. Okay, so ad copy is a term that refers to the main text of a clickable advertisement, okay? Whether it's a contextual or a pay-per-click ad. The text of the ad copy is generally the second and third lines of an ad displayed on a search engine results page or any other web page. And it's between the title and the display URL. And don't worry if this makes no sense, I will show you a live copy of it, okay? Wonderful. Loads of people saying they're coming through perfectly. They can hear me nice and clearly. Wonderful stuff. Okay, guys, so from this, you've got your description there. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, hold on. So I want to ask you a question now. Is the copy in your ads important? You know, when you take everything into account, you take your images, you take the copy, you take the link, you take your keywords, all of that stuff, the placement on the page. Is the copy, the writing in your adverts important? What do you guys think? Lizelle says yes. Absolutely, says Richard. Dorothy says yes, I believe it's very important. Sue says yes. Okay, so, oh wow, loads of yeses coming in. Excellent. No problem, Pumbulani, you're welcome. Johan says yes, most definitely. Definitely says Mina, and Fatima says the most important aspect. Okay, well, let's take a look, guys. Okay, Well, my half on the screen picture tells you it's important, but your ad copy is the most important aspect of your digital advertising, guys. Need to keep this in mind at all times. Without really good ad copy, nothing else can happen. Think about it. It's the starting point, okay? If your ad doesn't stand out from all the other ads out there, all text-based ads, think about it. All that your competitors have are different words, right? If it doesn't stand out, then you don't stand a chance of getting your customers' attention, okay, within all of those search results. So the good news is that most business advertising online, most of those companies, they don't really give enough time and attention to the ad copy because they don't see it as hugely important, okay? Actually, in a lot of instances, it's seen as an afterthought. Maria says, I didn't get why it's called copy. So think copy, I'm not too sure myself, like what the particular importance of the term copy is. I assume it's from newspaper times, but it's like copywriting is, you're literally just writing script, you're writing words. Copy is words, okay? So it's just another term for it. So consider there, okay, so in the last thing I said, there are a lot of people that don't actually consider copy to be an important aspect at all, let alone the most important aspect, okay? So consider then, guys, the amount of information that is out there, okay? All of the ads that you see every single day, you see a huge amount of adverts, right? You don't even realize how many you're seeing. You don't have time to, or really the interest to read everything, right? And it's important to make this point that people scan adverts, they don't read them, okay? If you can grab your customers' attention by making them click on your ad, you're doing exceptionally well. So there's a guy named Nielsen, okay? He's one of the founding fathers of marketing, but Jakob Nielsen, he did an eye tracking study, okay, which indicated that less than 20% text content is read on an average web page. So less than 20% of what's written on a page is what people read, okay? So people scan. Keep in mind that they scan when you're writing your copy, okay? You can have the best products or services in the world, right? But those goods and services depend on you, okay? It's our duty as digital marketers to get the product in front of the customer, right? The concept that if you build it, they'll come, I kind of challenge that in modern day marketing, okay? Basically, your buyers are not going to come unless you get the information out in front of the right people at the right time in the right way. There's actually a company called Blendit, okay? They were a group of engineers who built this really cool product, and they sat back and they waited for their customers, and they didn't do any advertising, and no one bought their product until they brought in a digital marketer, okay? And then in a short time, they actually had an increase. I think it was about 300% in their sales. So maybe if you blend it, they will come. That was a terrible joke. I'm so sorry. But next one. Okay, when we write ad copy, guys, remember the simple fact that everything happens after the customer clicks on the ad. Okay, so our whole sales process happens after someone clicks on our ad. So logically then, we should spend a lot of time and care and attention and effort on those ads and that ad copy. Do not underestimate that fact, okay? Don't underestimate your copy. Okay, so we need to know our buyer first and foremost. Okay, we've talked about the importance of knowing your buyer in our foundation course, and in module, I think, or the content marketing semester, okay, we go into a lot more depth about personas. But in the context of writing really good ads, we've got to know who we're writing the ads for. Okay, we need to know what motivates our customers. My job here as your educator, and because you guys are our buyers, my job is to teach you how to generate revenue online. Okay, it's to teach you digital marketing, and that's what your goal is, right? It's to learn how to generate a revenue online as well. Am I wrong? I'm sure that I'm on the right path here. Excellent, guys. So do I know my buyer in that case? Yeah, I do. Okay, and even without your response there, I know because we've been doing these lessons a while, and I've been doing this course for a while, and we've got, I think it's almost 1 million students who have taken this course in digital marketing, and we've asked the students what they're looking to achieve, and I'm sure you guys have been asked as well. We know what motivates our students, and in turn, we know what language to use and what types of ads to then create based on our buyers and their goals. So it's really, really important to know and to understand who you are targeting. Okay, you can carry out really simple surveys on SurveyMonkey, or you can ask them on social, that kind of thing. Okay, ask your buyers questions to get to know what motivates them. Okay, guys, if you need if you want to engage with your buyer, you want them to click on your ads, you need to think like them. Okay, what do they want? What would they type into Google when searching for your product or service? That's how I try to explain it to, we've got new support guys in the office, and I'm kind of trying to get them up on digital marketing. And basically, a really good way of explaining your keywords as well. Keywords are what people type into Google to look for your product. Okay, that's how you choose your keywords. We've got a relationship with our buyers. So, like any relationship, guys, we've got to get to know them. Okay, I know my sister. Okay, I know what she likes and I know what she doesn't, and I know what to say and I know what not to say. Right, because I know her. I've gotten to know her. Like, as an example, she'll for her birthday, will we say, I'm not going to go and buy her a dress, and I'm not going to go and buy her heels because she's a tomboy. Right? I would buy her something to do with comics. My sister's an animator, which is pretty cool. You know, something like that. But it'll be the decider on how you approach things. Okay, by getting to know who your buyer is and how they think. Okay, so we need to know our buyers and we need to know how they think. Okay, if you were one of your buyers, as an example, put yourself in their place. Okay, what would you type into Google to find your own service or product? What would you type in? So guys, think of your customers in the same way. You need to know them and you need to think like them. Okay? What is their problem? If you figure out what your customer's problem is, the rest is pretty much a walk in the park. Okay? Then you just focus on the solution, right, for your customer. Again, guys, your problem, you want to learn how to generate revenue online, and that's exactly what this course is going to be about, and it's about solving that problem for you. Okay, it's teaching you practically how to get money on the internet. Okay, so consider the problem that your audience have and how you're going to solve it for them. Okay, if they want to sell their car, then tell them when you're going to sell it, how you're going to sell it. So we'll sell your car today hassle-free. How about that? And then you have to deliver once you make that promise. All simple? All makes sense? Okay, so ultimately, guys, it is about connecting to our customer. It's about adding value in everything that we do and focusing on the solution for their problems. I really want to drill that home, and I know I repeat myself a lot, but it's absolutely essential, okay, to keep this at the forefront of your mind. Okay, so I want to have a look at a couple of ads here, and I want to find out what you guys think. You know, what are the advertisers saying to their customers? Do you think they know their customers? Okay, have a look at these. Are they getting into their clients' heads? Okay, so one ad, guys, is reminding their customer that they're a fun, outdoorsy person. Okay, and reminding them that work-life balance is really important, that there's more to life than just work, and it's reminding them of what they love, and it's adding some humor, okay, to the adventurous outdoor person's kind of approach. Okay, so this one, right, then the next one, let me just get my clicker. This one, okay, this ad, it's speaking to a completely different audience, right? The customer here is all about status and being seen and admired, okay? So you can see, you know, that these advertisers, obviously they know and they understand what motivates their buyers. I love the ad on the left-hand side because I've done a bit of mountain biking myself, and it's a real playful, they're like big kids, people who mountain bike. It's great fun because you feel like a big kid on a trail. So I totally get that it's got that kind of playful edge to it. And then the Porsche ad is brilliant. It feeds into ego, right? The Porsche targets the elite class, absolutely. Andrew says, selling the dream, work-life balance. Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, guys, we need to stand out from the crowd. All right. What makes you different to everyone else? You need to include the price as well in that, okay? Your price can be very, very powerful, and it can actually increase your click-through rate if you've got a really good sell on the table. Okay, if you've got a really good deal on the table. And if you do, let people know, because everybody loves a deal. Okay, so if it's relevant to you and if you've got a clear price, you can show it. Okay, and you should show it, because there's plenty of research out there to show that people are motivated by price, right? So I know myself, I'm motivated by price. I'm sure you guys are. One of the most important points to consider is a call to action. Okay, what do you want the customer to do? You need to tell them clearly. You know, do you want them to order online today, or do you want them to call now or get a quote? That kind of thing. Okay, you've got to have a really clear call to action. You also want to put the keywords that the customer is going to be searching for to find you. Okay, you want to put those into the copy. All right, if you have a look at the bottom logo there, there's that back pain. Okay, people are going to be searching for back pain, or logo design. They're going to be looking for that. Custom made, that's another one. Okay, people would type that in. Guys, the use of the numbers and the percentages can have a really powerful effect on your click-through rate as well. If you look at the top advert there, here, let me just pull this up. It's logo design. Okay. It says 100% custom made, 100% money back, order online now, okay? It shows confidence, right? So with sales, I want to ask you, okay, should you focus on the benefits or the features? Okay, so focus on the benefits, okay? Guys, you want to focus on the benefits. No one cares about the features when it comes to back pain relief, as an example. Okay, so all they want to know is it going to take the pain away? Okay, it's about what benefits the customer there. Okay, and you know, you need to paint a really good picture of your for your customer, sorry, of what the end result is going to be. You know, like there, I wouldn't have used that copy per se. I would have said something like, get rid of back pain once and for all. You know, never suffer again from back pain. Something like that. Really give them that end result. And then again, deliver. We need to test and we need to experiment and we need to see which ads create the best results. Okay, so we can actually run ads, or a couple of different ads at the same time with different copy, and see which ads perform best, and then we can focus on those. Okay, we're going to be having a look at how to do that in the lesson later on in the week. Okay, and it is critical that we match our landing page to our adverts. Okay, so for example, if our ad is selling car tires, okay, when a customer clicks on the ad, it brings you to the home page of the car sales place. Okay, it doesn't bring them to a section on our site that sells car tires. People are going to be annoyed. Okay, a lot of people make that mistake where they bring their customer to their home page from every single advert. So what I would highly suggest, have a landing page specific to an ad campaign and direct people there. Okay, I'll give you an example here. I'm gonna bring this up. Let's have a look here. We're gonna Google, right? Buy red shoes. Okay. So you can see everything that comes up. There's like loads of site links. Okay, reviews. There's keywords. You can see what keywords are being used. Okay, just to show you. Okay, buy red shoes. Red shoes. Shop red shoes now. That's another word for it. Okay, usually it shows it up here. Let me just put that away. So you can see here they're highlighted, they're bolded, okay? Red shoes is a word that I searched, and buy is as well, okay? And when I'm talking about your landing page, okay, so Corky's woman, or let's say I'm looking for those specific red shoes, okay? So it says red shoes and boots. So we're going to Debenhams. Let's make sure that it's taking us to, yeah, see, there's red shoes there. They're all red shoes. They're not flip-flops. They're not purple shoes. You know, that's really, really important that when people click on your ad, they get to where they want to go. Okay, so, okay, wonderful. You can actually also see specific offers, okay? Free delivery to Ireland as well. So people using prices. You can see here, free delivery on orders over £50. So let's move along here a little bit. Okay, guys, I want to find out from you how important you think the headline of your ad is. Not just the copy, but the headline specifically. How important is that? According to David Ogilvy, it's a huge digital agency. Okay, according to Ogilvy, let me just bring this up. 80% of what people see and what people engage with and the deciding factor of what people do with your ad, 80% of that is the headline, okay? The headline is everything. It's not just important, it is everything, okay? On average, 5 times as many people read the headline compared to the body, okay? Which is the rest of the writing. So he says when you've written your headline, you have spent 80 cents out of your dollar. So that's David Ogilvy's approach, and the guy's legit. He knows what he's talking about. Okay, guys, please do not rush or ignore or overlook your headline. Okay, think about it, right? When we read a newspaper or we read a magazine, what's it that you see? Okay, what do? You scan the paper and you read the headlines, right? Then to decide, you know, on what you want to carry on with, what you want to read. You know, based on those headlines, you decide whether you're going to read an article or not. Or in this case, it's click on the advert. We've got what is known now, you know, in the industry, they're called micro moments. Okay, so the concept with micro moments is that a person, you know, a potential customer, they basically see there are a couple of or a huge number of different events that happen throughout their day. Okay, they're often very unplanned. Okay, so say it is they miss the train and they go onto their phones to find a taxi, or they've got an hour to kill because the meeting's delayed, so they go onto their phone. Okay, that's another micro moment. Or they're on their bike and they get a puncture, so again they go onto the web and they search for tires. Okay, we need to be at those, like they're right there in those micro moments, and capitalize on them. And we can do this by having totally fully optimized ads that start off with great headlines. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples here. So let me bring that up for you. What do you guys think of that top one there, the blue ad? We've searched help get rid of acne, and it says dealing with acne question mark. What do you think of that one? Should the headline contain keywords too? Absolutely it should. Okay, cool guys. What do you think of that first advert? So I have a bit of a qualm with this first ad, okay? David says very broad, exactly. So someone's typed in help get rid of acne. You do not need to ask a potential customer if they've got a problem, if they've typed the problem in already, okay? You know they've got that problem if they've just searched in Google and your ad appears. Okay, so you should focus on the solution, right? You don't want to waste the high value real estate. There's only so many words you can use. And it's really, you got to make them exceptional and work really hard for you, okay? You don't want to basically your headline asking the customer do they have a problem is it's a waste of the most valuable part of your ad copy, right, of the headline. Okay, so focus on the solution in your headline. People like positive stuff as well, so instead you should speak to the end goal, you know, what they're looking for to achieve, looking to achieve with a headline like, you know, kill acne once and for all, get rid of acne for good. You know, tips to get rid of acne. That's not a bad one. Fight acne fast. They've done it. It works, okay? Think of the headline of a newspaper, guys. Keep coming back to that. That headline decides whether you're going to read the article or not. So it'll even decide whether you buy the paper or not. Okay? Then I've got another ad here. So about this one, okay? These two ads, guys, should focus when you're people trying to sell their cars. They should focus on the problem that the customers have, and the solution that that you can solve. Basically, the solution you can provide. You know, we'll buy your car today in 2 hours. Okay, so and you can see this guy here. We buy cars up to 100,000, which is not bad at all. That's quite a good ad, guys. Do you know here? Moving on from this. Do you know what FOMO stands for? FOMO. It is fear of missing out. Okay, FOMO. People are more motivated, by the idea of losing something compared to getting something. Okay, guys, it's easy to create a little bit of FOMO, and it's a good plan to do that. You don't want people. It's almost like an urgency. Okay, you can put a simple countdown clock into your ads, and I'll show you guys how to do that in the next lesson. You know, those ads will show you, and they'll allow you to do a countdown, like 3 days left, 24 hours left, that kind of thing. Okay, so there's a company, Clarks. Clarks in America anyway, they saw a 32% increase in their click-through rates and a 3% increase in their conversion rates when they used the countdown timer on a specific campaign they were running, okay? I will show you guys how to do this in the lesson a little bit later. Or not this lesson, but the one later this week, okay? So guys, here we go. To do with those numbers, okay? Remember I was saying to you, using numbers in your ads are a good thing, okay? So let me just bring these up. Think about your problem versus your solution, okay? The problem is your tax refund, okay? It's time for your tax refund. Oh no, tax refund time. First things first, all you're doing here is highlighting the problem, okay? Whereas people are going to be looking for a solution more like, okay, on this one, quick and easy tax refund, okay? And we're looking at the number here. So there is a number mentioned here, but you can see it's a rounded off number, okay? There are a couple studies at the moment, I can share them with you, that basically say that using specific numbers, okay, they can improve performance over round numbers like 880, or, your round numbers, the zeros. If you're including a number, write out the exact number. Don't round it up, don't round it down. Make it seems more authentic, okay, when you put in that odd number. So there's a company called WordStream. They actually put that concept to the test, okay, for a tax accounting firm. So here were the two ads that they put it up against each other. Okay, they seem like the same ad, but they were run by the same company just for interest sakes. Okay, and the result that they got was that the more timely, the more current ad, that one at the bottom that told them exactly the number, okay, saw 217% of an increase in click-through rates and 23% of an improvement in their conversion rates. Okay, purely because firstly they used a number and they used an odd number as well. Okay, so the top one was the control ad. Okie dokie. Right, so so you guys have these in your slides, they're there. Okay, that's what they got from running these two. Alright, so when it comes to writing your ads, do you fall into the egocentric puddle sometimes? And I want to ask you about this because a lot of people do and they don't realize that they do. Okay? A lot of us use words like we, like us, like me, myself, and I, our company. Okay? So guys, when it comes to writing copy and writing really good, really attractive copy for our audience for that purpose, okay, the second best word you can use is you. The best word you can possibly use is the customer's name. If you can specify that narrowly, like in email marketing, that sort of thing, then you're winning. So here's a perfect example of that. All you need to start your store. So try and leave your ego at the door. It'll give you much better results. You can even do an A/B test for yourselves using we versus you and see what happens. Okay, so here are a couple of examples of headlines that you can use that work very, very well, and you'll see these. I know a lot of people see these as they're a little bit clickbaity, so I can explain to you what clickbait is very, very shortly, but just to give you these. Okay, so the secret of digital marketing, methods that help remove stains. Okay, get rid of one shoe, I don't know. Top 5 ways to market your social media. Now you can have the conversions that you desire. Okay, build a website you can be proud of. Does those all make sense to you guys? These are just the most effective types of headlines that really, really attract readers. Okay, so I would highly suggest using these, trying to structure or using these as a template and structuring your content around those, structuring your headlines around those. Okay, try and type in some of your goals with this as digital marketers and see if they fit the templates. These are very, very handy. Okay, when I talk about clickbait, clickbait is exactly that. It's you're trying to bait people to click on your content. So you're trying to get people to click and read or click your ad. It's kind of, it generates that FOMO, and I need to read this. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of marketers use it for, it's got a negative connotation because a lot of marketers use it to for a bit of black hat SEO, okay, and we'll talk about that in another lesson. But it's generally, it's helpful to know about these kind of ads because they do, as long as the content behind these is good and it's valuable, then clickbait isn't a bad thing. Okay, so guys, we have taken a look at our keywords and our ads and our headlines. Did we look at our competitors? So here's just a concept of how to generate or to have a look at your keywords. Okay, so I'm just getting completely sidetracked here. You can do a competitor analysis, okay, or even track 2 different ads running at the same time. You can see pay-per-click keywords on Google versus Bing and Yahoo keywords, okay, and see how they're performing. It's a very, very cool little platform, that, and I will share it with you in the next lesson. Okay, so guys, we're going to have a look at keywords now. We've got a little bit of time left in the lesson, so I'm going to talk you through these quite quickly. Richard asked, is a statement better than a question for a headline? If you're answering a question with a question, do you think that that's going to be as effective? I don't know, just out of interest. Okay, guys, so I want to ask you a question. What should you consider with keywords? What do you think you should consider? Okay, keyword strategy, matching to your product exactly. Good ones, guys. Good. Keyword strategy is a good one, okay? Quality scores. Okay, so the very, very first point to consider with your keyword research is to think like your customer, okay? What do your customers want? What do they want? Again, okay, what is their problem? You know, you need to put yourself in your customer's shoes. Wonderful. John is selling cars, used cars. Okay, so keywords, used cars. Cars for sale, deals of cars or deals for cars, cheap cars, second-hand cars. You know, you can write down a list, sit down and write down a list of what people might be searching on Google to get to your product, okay? So that's a good starting point, all right? Create maybe an Excel sheet and call it keyword research and populate the sheet with potential keywords you could use, okay? The next one is to write down exactly what you sell, okay? It might seem really simple, but you need to get it out of your head and onto paper, okay? If you're selling clothes, if you've got a clothing shop as an example, you want to write down every single item that you sell, okay? Then expand that list to take in accessories and hats and all of that. You should then go and create different themes for your products, okay? For your online products or your services. Staying with the example of that online shop, okay, you might have men's fashion or formal wear or party clothing, you know, instead of just the items as well. The more specific that we can be, the better. Okay, so say you sell red formal females dresses or female dresses or blue winter hats for men. Okay, be very specific as you can be. Then write down general keywords as well. So fashion, clothing, dress, wear, men's clothes. So it's stuff that will really, I mean, you're going to have a lot of keywords there at the end, okay? Once you've gone through this process, you're then on your way to having really great headlines for our ads, okay? So let's have a look at this in more detail really quickly. So guys, I'm going to remind you of these different terms, okay? These different matches. Do you remember them from foundation? Okay, so these are types of keywords, okay? So broad match is anything related to sportswear in this case. It's really general, it's broad. The name is in the title, or the answer's in the name, right? Next, we've got our phrase match, which is a specific phrase. Okay, so this would show for tennis shoes, but it would not show for leather shoes for tennis. you know. It would show for like buy tennis shoes or something. You can specify what type of keyword or what type of match you want your keyword to be, okay? So really well worth kind of knowing these. So for this one, exact match, red tennis shoes, okay? If it won't show for tennis shoes, it won't show for just buy tennis shoes. It'll only show for red tennis shoes if people type those in. Okay, and if we don't sell golf shoes, then we're going to want to use that as a negative keyword, okay? If people have typed in golf shoes, I don't want me to show up in their results, okay? Because I don't want them to, it'll waste my, I'll have to pay for more views or for more clicks when it's not relevant to them at all. They're not my target market, okay? So guys, I'm going to show you on in the next lesson on the practical about keywords and how to go about doing that, okay, with your broad and your exact and negative and all of that. Okay, I'm going to talk you through all of that good stuff and show you how to set up your keywords differently. Okay, so we're going to have a look at quality score really quickly. Okay, so determining our quality score, I've had a few people ask me how you do that, right? So let's take a look. Let's break it down a bit here. Your quality score, okay, is intended to give you a general idea of the quality of your ads. Okay, your keywords, when it comes to your keyword quality score, this is based on past performance data. Okay, your quality score is it's an aggregated estimate of how well a keyword has performed overall, okay, in past ad auctions. And based on that data, each of your keywords gets a quality score on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, where 1 is the lowest and 10 is the highest. Okay, so every keyword has its own score. Okay, how relevant is your ad or the search term, the keyword, how relevant to the audience is it? Okay, then you've got your quality of your ad. You've got, you know, the actual quality of the written ad with the keywords, where it brings customers, all of that stuff's included in it, right? So you know, does it take them straight to the menswear section if it says menswear in the ad? Is there a phone number? Is there an address? How much information have you given to your audience, right? Or the people that are going to click on it? The more information you can give the customer, the better, guys. It'll also take into account your landing page, okay? This is how your quality score is measured. You know, is it relevant? Does it amplify the user experience? You know, guys, at the end of the day, all of these things add up to your user experience. And that's what Google's really concerned about, okay? Your user experience is going to determine your quality score, the user experience of your ad. When does your quality score get determined? Okay, that's a good question. Your quality score, okay, is not used to determine your ad rank. Okay, we're going to look at ad rank and how that works on our next slide. But quality score comes from past performance data. Okay, so what happens with new keywords is they automatically get a score of nothing. Okay, as your ad runs, guys, if this is a little bit complicated, don't worry. I'll take you through it. If you do have questions, we can explain it a bit at the end now. Okay. We'll also have a look at what I mean by landing pages, okay, in action in a little while. I know it's a lot of information to get through, but here's ad rank. Let's go through ad rank here, okay? So we've got Tom and Sean. They own a health and fitness club, okay, and they're running an ad. They want to run an ad on Google. You've got Simon. Simon's got a hat store. Then there's Dave, who has a restaurant that he's advertising, okay, and we've got Isan as well, okay? And they're all running ads with the same keywords. Don't ask me how you have a restaurant and a fitness club with the same keywords, but let's go for it. So we got Tom and Sean. You can see that's the table. That's a comparative of all of the information that they've put in. Okay. I want to reinforce this, guys. It's not just about who pays the most money for their ad and for their keywords. Okay. So it takes everything into account when you're running your ads on Google. Google wants to run and show relevant adverts at the top of the list, okay? Advertisers want to show good ads as well. It kind of makes people want to run good ads, and your user wants to see relevant ads as well. Okay, so if your users, people that go onto the search page, if they see relevant ads, they're happy to click on the ad and hopefully then buy the product, and the business is happy, and then Google's happy, and the user's happy because they've had a good experience, and the user comes back to use that service again. Okay, in a traditional sense, a bidding system here, you've got this bidding system, it's the highest bid wins, right? But that doesn't apply here. With Google, it uses second price auction, okay? You don't have to pay your highest bid, but just enough to beat the bidder below you. Okay, so let's have a look here. All right, so why do we think Dave got the highest? Dave paid $2. The quality of his ad is high. The format impact is high, so that's how much information he gave. His ad rank score, therefore, was 20. Okay, so he got top position on the search page. Okay, let's have a look. He came second. Simon came second, even though he put more money into his bid. Okay, because his quality was medium, his impact was low, so he only got a score of 15. So his comes in second. All right. Then we've got Isan, who he bid the least. Okay, but his quality is a little bit better than, say, Simon's. Okay, it takes a lot of stuff into effect. So there is, he gets an 8, so he comes in third. And Tom and Sean just didn't know what they were doing. Okay, so they didn't use any formats. They ran a really low quality ad, but they put a lot of money in, and their score was 5. Okay, so format impact is, Sam is saying, so I was asking what format impact is. I'll show you in the Q&A very shortly, okay? But your format impact is just the format of those click ads that you're putting together. So have you used a good URL, like a clean URL? Have you got good, clean, quality copy? Have you used the right type of headline? It's the whole thing put together, okay? That is what your format impact is. Does that make sense, guys? Satu says Dave's ads got the most hits. That's why his position's the highest. No, not necessarily. No, this is before it gets clicked, okay? So I'm just going to talk about landing pages here quickly, guys. You need to have a good quality landing page for your Google AdWords campaign, okay? The landing page experience for your user is a measurement that Google uses in that ad score, okay? And to see how well your website gives people who clicked on your ads exactly what they were looking for, easily and effortlessly, okay? The experience that the user has when they arrive at your landing page has a direct effect on your ads, okay? And it will be a deciding factor as to whether or not your ad is shown. So your ad rank position and the amount that you're going to pay for your cost per click, okay, is going to be in factored there as well. So highly suggest, okay guys, you need to keep in mind that your landing page experience is different from site policy violations, okay? If your site violates AdWords policy, you don't get a landing page experience rating at all, okay? And your ads won't run. So if there are violations, I'd have a look into those, see what the violations of that policy are, to optimize and improve your landing page experience for your users, okay? Make sure you've got a clear message, okay, and a clear call to action. So there's your call to action, getting started. This is, say you run an ad for Glowfox, sign up for our new fitness studio app. Get on the program, right? And you need to make sure that there is a clear call to action. So get started, that's pretty clear. And a clear message, okay? What is the landing page for, and how does it relate to your ad? It's all about your user experience. So this is just a really quick, it's an industry benchmark study, okay? This is a great study that was carried out by Search Engine Land a little while ago about industry benchmarks relating to pay-per-click and ads, okay? So if we're just measuring a campaign at our own performance, it's really difficult to know and to understand where we stand in the industry. Okay, so it's important to keep an eye on benchmarks and industry standards as well. Guys, in reality, we're competing against every single other person, other company, you know, when we're running Google Ads, you know. There are thousands of other businesses competing against us. Don't let that deter you, though. But we do need to set up key point indicators, okay? Key performance indicators, sorry. And for ourselves specifically, and we need to measure how we're performing with our campaigns, okay? If we've got a budget to advertise with and we want to enjoy marketing success and we don't want to, you know, waste the market budget that we've got, the marketing budget that we've got, you can remember famous words, okay? Who wrote this? I don't know, actually. I waste half of my marketing budget. The trick is knowing what half I'm wasting. Actually, I want that to be a little bit of research for you. Who wrote that? I waste half of my marketing budget. The trick is knowing what half am I wasting. So according to this study, guys, the top 10% of advertisers have a CPA, so cost per acquisition, of up to 5 times better than the average. Okay, the question that we need to ask ourselves is, do we want to be average, or do we want to perform in the top 10% and pay less for our advertising and in turn create more profits? So this study carried out by Search Engine Land, guys, looked at average CPAs for search and display, and it gets very interesting here. So basically, in the study, there were over 2,000 customer accounts analyzed in total, coming from a range of verticals. So the study, the amount of revenue, let me line it up. The amount of revenue spent by these companies, guys, was more than 34 million in AdWords, okay? In AdWords spend. So to establish and maintain an average conversion rate, they benchmarked both search and display ads across 20 different industries, okay? Some sectors that took part in the study were in automobiles, there were consumer services, finances, yada, yada, yada. And basically the study found that the average CPA in AdWords across all industries is $59.18 on search networks and $60.76 on the display network. Great stuff, everybody. So that brings us to the summary for lesson 1 of module 2 of your diploma in digital marketing. So we went over that course outline. We had a look at Google Ads and how to kind of put those together and the importance of using them and how beneficial they can be for you. We looked at the importance of writing good copy, and there's that 20-80 split. Love me a bit of Ogilvy, of David Ogilvy, so his inputs into that part of the lesson was really, really handy. Okay, then keyword strategy. Hopefully you now understand the background around it and how that works, as well as your ranking and your quality score as well. And that little bit of information on your competitor analysis as well. Hopefully you enjoyed that. So now, just to let you know, for the next lesson, we will be covering digital advertising's practical application. Okay, so the stuff that we talked about in this lesson, we're going to be covering in more depth in the next lesson, okay, later on this week. So do join us. If you can't join us live, there's no problem. You can watch those recordings, okay? And then just send on your questions to either myself or another member of the team by email. You've got my email address there. You've got the support's email address there and the website as well. Okay, guys, so thanks very, very much for the lesson. If you have any questions, drop me an email. It'll be great to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you at the next lesson.